Hi, I'm Nick Cuppis, Director of Instruction at Santa Ana Country Club. Exciting week, US Open week. And I'm out here on hole number 5, which is one of our toughest greens on the golf course. And the reason it's so tough, if it's kind of shaped like an upside down bowl, our turtle's back. And that's kind of similar to all the greens at Pinehurst. So when we watch the golf on TV this week, we're gonna see a lot of the greens similar to our hole 5, where again, it's got this turtle's back where the middle's kind of flat, and then both edges run off the side. So I'm going to put a picture up here in the corner, and it's going to show the degree of slope. And so the middle, we can see there, that blue, hey, that's our flattest area of this green. The green is where it's got some slope, and then the red on the edges is where it's the most severe slope. So again, when we're watching the golf on TV this week, we're going to see a lot of similarities to hole 5 here, where you got both edges where it can run off. So the other thing similar to Pinehurst is they've got these short surrounds like us, where they're mowed really low. Now, we're gonna watch the guys on golf on TV this week, and they're gonna hit all kinds of different clubs. So I'm gonna show you a couple of options that you could have, but also that we'll see on TV this week. So probably the one that we're gonna see the most is putting, and that's what a lot of us do, and it's a really safe play. The tough part, just like we see at the greens, that we're gonna see at the greens at Pinehurst, like hole number 5 here, hey, I've got this big upslope, so I've gotta get this up firm enough so it gets up this hill, but I obviously can't hit it too hard or it's gonna go off the back. And you're gonna see some of that this week where guys are probably gonna hit it too hard, and the greens are so fast that it's gonna run off the back. Now the other thing that happens, and they're gonna have this same thing at Pinehurst, we can see here, now I'm gonna hit this first one too soft and aim a little bit too much to the right, and you'll see what happens is not only is it gonna not get up the hill, but again, I've got some other slope here, and we can see I run down to the right, okay? And man, that thing's probably off the screen right now. So again, not only do I've got to get it up firm enough, but I've got to make sure I judge some of those breaks. So let's try this again. Okay, so again, I've got to make sure my speed control is good, that I've got to get it up firm enough to get it up this initial hill, and then trying to stop it in the middle right there. So again, I got to make a pretty big swing here. And I really like, if you're playing, I really like taking a few practice swings to get a feel for that motion that I need here, because it's such a long putt. Okay, now did I get it? I think I got it up there enough. Not super close. I definitely needed some more swing there. It's a little bit, but it's up flat right there. Okay, now some of the other plays you're going to see guys do, you might see some guys do a fairway wood. Okay, maybe most of them will probably do it like a 5 wood or a 7 wood. Now the benefit of this club is that face has a little more pop to it, so it's a little easier for me to travel. Now the way that I like to do it is I'm going to grip down on it, and I'm going to almost hold it more like a putter. So again, if I was doing my regular fairway wood here, my 3 wood, I would hold it like this. Well, you can see how different that looks versus the putter. So I'm going to set this a little bit more like the putter. So I've got a little more upright, and even the toes kind of sitting up a little bit right there, or sitting down, I should say. And again, now I can do this putting stroke this way. So let's see how we do here. Again, a little taller, a little more upright. Okay, you can see I had a little more pop to it. Okay, kind of hit it off to the left there. It's going to be about pin high, but a little bit to the left. Okay, so not a bad shot, a little bit easier to do as far as getting a little more speed to it on an upslope like this. Okay, I could also do this with a hybrid. Okay, and I'm going to do it the same way as we did with the fairway, where I'm going to set it a little more upright. And again, I'm just doing that putting stroke. The other thing it does when I set it a little more upright is it'll fit a little bit more into my palm and not as much as my finger, so it kind of stabilizes my wrist. Again, I'm feeling tall. Okay, oh, hope that one's not too hard. No, that one looks pretty good. All right, not bad. Oh, slow down, ball, slow down. All right, got to the level spot, but I was really close to falling off the edge. Now, we'll see some other guys maybe chip, maybe with like an 8-iron or a 9-iron. And when they hit this shot, you're gonna see them, it's gonna kind of hit into the bank almost a little bit, which takes some of the speed off, and then it'll kind of trickle up from there and kind of rolls out like a putt. So now again, I'm going to play this like a standard chip, pretty middle, maybe a little bit back in my stance. Again, a little more like a putt chip, hands a little more up. Okay, and it should just kind of hit into this front part of this edge, kind of up in here, and then it'll roll on up from there. So let's see how we do with this one. Okay, caught that a little thin. Needed a little bit more energy there. Okay, so a little short, but it's up there on the flat. Okay, now they were watching Tiger out doing some of these shots, and he actually used a 4-iron. Okay, now kind of thinking, geez, well, why would I do a 4-iron? Well, again, that's going to get that ball really low and kind of check into this hill right away. So again, he played it much more like we did the hybrid or the fairway, where again, I'm standing this up a little bit more. And you see kind of a little bit of a downstroke there. And again, kind of gets low right away and gets running right away for us. So I think I might have hit that a little too hard. It'll stay. Okay, not my best. Now I think if I was in the US Open on Pinehurst, I think that thing's probably going over. Okay, that wasn't too bad there. Okay, now you're also going to see some guys wedge it. Now these are the guys that feel really comfortable with their 60 or 56. And again, now I've got a couple parts here. One is I've got this short grass that I've got to make good contact, okay, where I can easily kind of blade it or thin it and also kind of chunk it. But then I've got to make sure I carry it just the right distance that we did with the other one. So when I'm hitting this wedge, the benefit they have is this upslope they've kind of taken out of play. So again, for me, the way I like to play these is I'll have the face just the tiniest bit open, which lets me kind of get a little bit of, I kind of feel like this heel, that little bottom heel part there, hits into the turf a little bit, but it doesn't dig. So now again, I'm probably trying to land this about 10, 15 feet short and let it roll on up from there. Okay, hit that pretty good. Okay, best one of me for that. Okay, so again, I really like that play. That's one that I've done a bunch. Again, the nice part there is I can take it out of this upslope when I'm playing that shot. But again, we're probably gonna see more people go with the putter this week. Okay, that's the easiest play. But again, with those greens being so fast, they've got to make sure they get it firm enough up this slope, but not too hard where it falls off the back. So again, be really exciting this week watching the US Open. Most of the greens at Pinehurst are kind of this similar shape like our hole number 5 right here. And it'll be really cool to see how they play. And like I said, I guarantee there's probably going to be some that look great. There's probably going to be some that get hit a little too hard and go too far, but also too soft and kind of roll on back to them. So again, should be exciting. Be a fun watch on TV. And again, maybe get a little bit better of how we should play hole 5 by watching the US Open.